Hey guys, Matt here. Welcome to Learn to Discern. As of the time of this recording, it is early afternoon on Election Day here in the United States of America. And I've been thinking a lot recently about the election and wanted to get on here and just share a couple of encouragements. And the reason that I wanted to do that is if you live here in this country, you know that we're on edge right now. There is a lot of turmoil, there is tension in the air. And I've talked to a number of people who have expressed legitimate concern about what could happen when the results of the election become public. And that's for either side, regardless of who wins. Is there going to be rioting? Is there going to be violence? There's already so much anger and animosity here in the States. Is it going to get even worse? And to be clear, yeah, that's a possibility. Those sorts of things could take place. I think it is very likely, in fact, that at least some violence will happen. And so when you hear that and you see the general trend of this country when it comes to politics, I think it is very tempting to be anxious or to worry, to have fear creep in. And that's why I want to share just these two encouragements that I hope will help you in your own soul to be at peace, but also will help us as believers to navigate this time in a way that is pleasing to the Lord. So encouragement number one is one that is very simplistic, and it's one that I'm sure you have heard if you've been going to church all of your life, but this is one that is so easy to overlook, and it is, guys, God is sovereign over this situation. I know it's the Sunday school sort of answer, but sometimes we really need to take time to think deeply about some of these basic truths. No matter what happens with the election tonight, all will be going according to God's plan. God is the one who raises up kings and leaders, and he pulls them down again. The right candidate is going to get into office. It doesn't mean it's going to be the perfect candidate from a human standpoint, but God, in his divine wisdom and according to his plan, is going to put the right person in for this particular time. We know that we don't need to fear. God's promises to his people are true. They will not fail. And we can rest in knowing that he is in control and he will do what is good. That, of course, does not mean that we don't face difficult times, trials, temptations, tribulations. In fact, Jesus promised us in John 16:33 that in this world we will have tribulation. But he told us to take heart, for he had overcome the world. God is in control. God is on his throne. We can trust him. We can trust his plan. And so there is no need for us to worry. We can embrace that truth. And I pray that you will take time to think deeply about this truth, not just to say, yeah, God's in control, but also this. No, there is no but after that. God is in control. Think about that. When you are tempted to think about everything else, God is in control. He's my Father. He's good. He knows what he's doing. Nobody's going to thwart his plan. I don't have to worry. What if the wrong thing happens? Well, everything's going according to God's plan. So I hope that will bring peace to your soul. Now, here is encouragement number two. Again, when I'm recording this video, I don't know who is going to win the election. But regardless of what takes place, I hope that you will view this election as an opportunity for Christians to stand out. And I'm going to reiterate some of the same points that the YouTube channel, What Do You Mean, made in his recent video. I thought they're very good points, and they were things that I had already been thinking about a little bit. I know most people who are Christian in this country are voting for Donald Trump, and we are hoping that he is going to win. But I want to encourage you, regardless of what happens with the outcome, we have an opportunity to stand out and be a witness for Christ. Because right now, the expectation is if your political candidate of choice wins, that you gloat and celebrate and rub it in everybody's face. And if yours loses, maybe you get upset and you go riot. Friends, that's not how we as Christians should respond. I am hoping and praying that Donald Trump does win the election. He is a flawed candidate. Yeah, there are many things that I don't like or prefer about him, but I do believe, given the choices that we have, he is the one that is most aligned with biblical values. So I am praying that he wins. And if he does, then yes, I will be thankful personally. I will tell God, thank you. I will rejoice in that. But what I will not do is go around and gloat and rub it in other people's faces to make them feel bad. I need to focus on what God has called me to do. These other people, some of them may be my enemies in regards to the gospel. They're unbelievers, but I've been called to love my enemies, to care for them, to pray for them, to be concerned about their well-being, and ultimately to share the gospel with them. I want to respond in a way that is different than the rest of the culture. And even if Donald Trump were to lose, I still want to respond in a different way, not fear and anxiety and woe is me. I think you're going to hear that from a lot of people, regardless of who wins. The losing side is, woe is me, our country is ruined. What if we were the people who said, God's still in control? It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. My life may get worse. I may face more persecution, but it's okay. God is worth it. It's okay. He's going to take care of me. And even if the worst possible thing happens that could happen and I die, I'll go be with him. All is well with my soul. I'm going to trust in him. Friends, I pray that we will have that sort of witness as we go through this election. So these are just a couple of things to think about. Praying for this country, certainly, and praying for all of you that we collectively as believers can represent Christ well during this time. All right, God bless you.